Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, the 5-day vaccine drive for commuters and drivers kicks off this week. More groups, including doctors and lawyers, are questioning the national government's no vax, no ride policy. Transportation Undersecretary Artemio Tuazon joins us live. And later, the group behind a petition to void Bongbong Marcos's certificate of candidacy is appealing the COMELEC Second Division's decision to dismiss the case. Petitioners' Counsel Attorney Theodore Te also joins us later live. The government is eyeing to tap more establishments as vaccination sites after it launched a mobile vaccination drive for commuters and transport workers at the Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, or PITX. The move aims to make inoculations more accessible to the public amid the implementation of the no vax, no ride policy. Meantime, a group of concerned doctors and citizens, as well as lawyers group Integrated Bar of the Philippines, are questioning the legality of the policy against the unvaccinated. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Transportation Undersecretary Artemio Tuazon. Yusek Tuazon, welcome to the source, and thank you so much for your time.
Good morning, Pinky, and good morning to all your televiewers. Thank you also for this opportunity.
You're most welcome. The rollout of vaccines at the PITX started yesterday. How was its first day of implementation?
Yes, Pinky, yesterday we started already the We Vaxxas One initiative at the PITX. And for the first day of inoculation, we had about 300 persons who had their booster shots already at the PITX.
But we're talking about you are allowing first dose, second dose, and likewise boosters at the PITX.
That's right. But mostly the focus right now, Pinky, is for the booster shots. Because as the boosters that, the vaccines that we're offering at the PITX is AstraZeneca, which takes 3 months for the second dose. So it would be better if you get a shorter period. If you want to use the public transportation, if you get a vaccine in the shorter period for the second dose, if you are just getting your vaccine now.
Understandable, because Opo, kasi ang AstraZeneca will take 3 months before or after the first dose. It takes 3 months for you to be able to get the second dose. So parang mas in tune siguro po talaga sa PITX for the booster shots.
That's right.
But is there a plan to kind of expand or add more vaccines at the PITX? Or for the 5 days, which is basically Monday to Friday at the PITX, you will just be offering AstraZeneca?
Yes, for this first initiative of the DOTR together with the MMDA, the DOH, and the PITX administration, we are just offering AstraZeneca for the first 5 days, this Monday to Friday. However, Secretary Tugade had already given instructions for us to explore the other facilities of the public transportation sector to be used also as vaccination sites. And if when we are able to launch these other facilities, we will have access to other vaccination brands also.
What are the requirements, Yusek Tuazon, and can anyone go to the PITX o kailangan ba pasahero, kailangan ho ba driver, o kailangan ho ba yung mga staff ng PITX?
There are actually very little requirements. The only requirement you have to show is that you have your vaccination card for your 5 primary doses if you're getting a booster. You can walk in, you can just register on the site itself. There is no need for any pre-registration or anything. And it's open to the public, not only commuters, but to the general public.
So it's clear Yusek, hindi lang yung mga magko-commute ang bibigyan ng booster. Kahit sino pwede pumunta sa PITX.
That's right. Actually, kahapon, Pinky, there were a few of them. They just walked in on the PITX to have their booster shot because they heard about it.
And how many vaccinators do you have?
We have several teams there right now. Yesterday, we had about 8 teams that are vaccinating. So it's the progress of the booster shots is very fast. We
Okay.
don't want them to stay there for long.
Opo, parang as much as possible in and out sana sila. And the time is, it would be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct also. It's from 8 in the morning until 12 noon.
Oh, 8 a.m. to 12 noon only.
Oh, yes.
I see. Okay. So apat na oras, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And then, ito ho ba ma-extend after Friday, or will you re-evaluate this and see what happens towards the end of the week before you decide on an extension?
Yes, we will be evaluating it towards the end of the week. If there is still a demand for it, then we might consider extending it. Or, like I said earlier, we could be also moving to other sites, transportation facilities, where we can have also these vaccination sites.
Let's talk about that. What's the next destination that the DOTR is considering? I mean, are you looking at possibly railways, seaports, airports?
Yes, we were instructed by Secretary Tugade, we're actually considering all the facilities of the public transport system. We're looking into establishing vaccinations in the ports, in the airport. If you remember before, we had one in Terminal 4. Then the MRT has identified about 4 stations already where we are looking at having them the vaccination sites located. For the road sector, we are looking at the other integrated terminal exchanges if we can also put them. Actually, Pinky, Secretary Tugade also instructed us to coordinate with the operators of our expressways for a possible location in the exits and the gateways of the expressways.
But is there already a definite place and date for the next rollout for the passengers, or well, for the general public at that?
We're still coordinating with the NVOC, the National Vaccination Operations Center, because there are actually guidelines before you can open up a vaccination center. And we have to fulfill these guidelines, we have to qualify before we can actually open up any additional sites for vaccination.
And really the thrust of this, Yusek, is para mapalapit po yung bakuna sa tao.
That's right. This is the DOTR's way of helping the government in facilitating the vaccination of our citizens.
So now let's just shift topics to obviously something very related to this is the no vax, no ride policy. How's that coming along? Are you experiencing problems? Is there confusion among members of those implementing it in the transport sector regarding this, what is called essential workers?
Yes. Initially, admittedly, Pinky, during the first day of its implementation, we had some miscommunications. But right now, all of those have been settled. They have all been resolved already. And the implementation is going very smoothly now. Pati yung ating mga kababayan ay naiintindihan na rin na para sa protection nila to, and they have been cooperating with us. A lot of people are already automatically showing their vaccination cards even before they take the public transport.
But a problem though could arise and has actually come up, has surfaced because of the possibility of the authenticity of the vaccination cards. Is there a measure that will be implemented by the DOTR to be able to help ascertain those looking into these vaccination cards if indeed they are authentic?
Yes, for that, the authenticity of the vaccination cards, the drivers and the operators really don't have any way of validating if they're. That's why Secretary Tugade has been asking the cooperation of all our commuters and as well as our fellow countrymen na wag na natin lokohin yung sistema, wag na tayo magpalusot dito sa mga ating vaccination cards. It's actually the PNP who is pursuing these violators, those who are faking the vaccination cards. And it's really not worth it. You don't have the protection of the vaccination. Pag nahuli pa po kayo, may kulong pa po ito, makukulong kayo under the revised penal code.
Various groups, though, USEC, are opposing this no vax, no ride policy. You also have the IBP saying there's really no legal basis for this no ride, no vaccine policy because legal questions can actually be raised regarding this measure by the government. Is there talk? Is government rethinking or reconsidering this policy?
Pinky, we stand by our position that this is a valid exercise as far as regulation is concerned. The no vax, no right policy stands behind the MMC resolution of the 17 LGUs within Metro Manila and their respective ordinances. So this is actually an implementation of those ordinances, and it has already been held that the ordinances are a valid exercise of their police power under the local government code.
So kapag tanungin po anong legal na basihan nito, ang sasabihin po ng gobyerno are the ordinances signed and executed by the 17 LGUs.
That is right, Pinky.
All right. So maybe just bilang public service, Yusek Tuazon, sa mga gusto pumunta ngayong araw sa PITX to get their booster shots.
Okay. Thank you, Pinky. Sa lahat po ng ating mga kababayan, hindi lang po yung mga mananakay natin, pati na rin po maski yung ating mga ordinaryong citizens po, ay pwede po kayong pumunta sa ating PITX po sa Parañaque para kung gusto nyo pong kumuha ng inyong booster shots. Meron po tayong 500 AstraZeneca doses every day. Ang bakunahan po natin ay mula alas 8 ng umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali po. Pwede po kayo mag-walk-in. Ang kailangan nyo lang pong dala kung kayo po ay magpapabooster ay inyong vaccination card na nagpapakita po na kayo ay may first at second dose na po for a 2-dose vaccine. Pwede po kayo mag-walk-in anytime at kayo po ay tutulungan doon. Maraming salamat.
Transportation Undersecretary Artemio Tuazon, sir. Maraming salamat din po sa inyong oras.
Okay, thank you, Pinky.
Thank you. And coming up, the bid to cancel Bongbong Marcos's candidacy continues as petitioners file an appeal to reverse the COMELEC's ruling. Lawyer Theodore Te joins us live after the break. Please stay tuned.